It's the 4th of July. I am still not Rick Beato, and we're going to do a very quick, not that quick, breakdown of Long Distance Runaround by Yes. But first, I want to address a couple things. First off, I got crap last video because I had my 251 up, because that was the mic I had up from right before I did that video. If you don't know the meaning of proximity effect, the real meaning is what's the closest mic available to you. That's what Mark Rubel taught me. Anyway, the other thing is, no, I'm not a podcaster, and the Led Zeppelin video, I was just making a joke for the, 5 to 10,000 people who normally watch these things. I was not expecting it to get, 3.5 million views now. So normally I am serious. And we'll be serious today. So let's I'm just a producer who is trying to share information with other people. And I've been picking a lot of boomer music lately, because that is the multitracks that I can get, and there's stuff that's interesting. So let's talk about Long Distance Runaround by Yes. Absolutely brilliant song. I noticed one interesting thing that slips by a lot of people. Let's listen to how it goes really quickly. Let's see how much I can get before the bots get me, as usual. Well, the first thing happens is Steve Howe hits a wrong note on that intro. If you listen to let's solo out the keyboard here, or the guitar, sorry. We're going to solo out the guitar. And you're going to hear the other times he plays that portion. Here's another one. But that intro one, he has a clam. So he's supposed to go like this. But he's going like this by accident. He hits a flat instead of an A, and it kind of flies by, and it sort of works, especially because he's being harmonized by Rick Wakeman, who's playing an RMI Electrica piano on the clavichord setting, in case you're wondering what that is. Or I think the setting's called clavichord or harpsichord. So let's listen really quickly. So first, Steve hits that wrong note, flies by. Works. Leave it. Don't fix it. All right. These guys are just insane players. Let's listen to what the drums are doing. Bill Bruford, killing me. It's just he keeps turning it around. He keeps turning it around and around and around, and that is not straight. That is not a straight beat. It's just fascinating, and I don't know. I love his drumming. What's the bass doing? The bass is doing a really cool line. And Chris Squire's tone is always just the greatest. So, first thing about his tone is he has his action really low, so there is so much string rattle going on, and that's a really huge component of his sound. The other thing he's doing is he's on a Rickenbacker 4001, and he's using the Rico sound output, which means it's like a stereo output of the two different pickups, and he's running one through something with a lot of distortion. I think the other one's clean, and the combination is what kind of gives that sound. And that's a cool lick. That's starting on the 4, 4-3, 4-3, and he's basically just playing a Mixolydian scale going up, and it's just a cool thing that works over that C chord. It's just devastatingly awesome. All right. Let's listen to what Wakeman's doing, because this is really interesting. This is the harmony to the guitar part. So he's playing an octave part there. He's doubling it. Got that little Baroque flourish he throws in. And what to me is so cool about this track is you have the melody of the guitar with the harmony of the keyboard. The bass is playing that driving rhythmic part. You know, that's just driving. That's adding momentum, and that's kind of the steady rhythm of the portion, because Bruford is turning things around and playing all this offbeat madness. And when you put that all together, and you get this jambalaya. Very cool stuff. The record came out in 71, by the way. Like so many amazing records. That's a whole nother talk about how many incredible records came out in 71. But that was a time where you could do anything and labels would put it out, you know, because A&R guys weren't hip to what the kids wanted yet. Frank Zappa had a whole talk about that. And people could be just very creative, and you know, the progressive rock movement came out of all that creativity, and guys with these amazing influences of, you know, classical and jazz and different things, and they were able to do music like that. And yes, being one of the best at it, because they just did things that were so catchy, and really stuck in your head and really grabbed you right away. If you don't appreciate that, I'm sorry. I feel bad for you. I don't say that condescendingly. I'm like, there's so much joy in that for me, and it's just one of those things that if you're not able to feel the joy of that music, I'm sorry. And I'm sorry, I'm Gen X, but I'm sorry I like boomer music. I grew up on it, and there was a lot of boomer. I shouldn't say a lot of. There was a small amount of boomer hate from a couple people, from boomer taste in music. And I don't know, I still love it, but there's so much to learn from it. And I'll get into this on something else. I thought about another thing that I can show you guys on a different episode of things being wrong. You know, and we talked about whether or not in Buffalo Springfield, we talked about whether or not that that B natural under the B flat diminished chord is a rub or not, or does it work, or is wrong right. But there's a wrong note there, and it works. It works. It's not you can tell because the other 10 times he plays the lick in the song, he plays A instead of A flat, and that is a flub, and they were just like, it works, leave it in. I'm sure they heard it, but that was certainly not intentional, and I've seen his lesson on how he teaches it, and he plays the A every time. He doesn't even talk about the fact that he made a mistake on the record. And mistakes are part of what makes some songs incredible and cool. And we spend a little too much time trying to fix mistakes now, because we can fix everything now. You know, in the computer, we can fix everything. And I don't know that it necessarily makes music better. Some of the coolest things that happen in music are accidents and certain sounds that were not intended to be there, or certain notes that were not intended to be there. And so next time you're spending 5 hours in Pro Tools trying to get shit lined up properly, or make sure that something's perfectly in tune, ask yourself, is it working, or does it matter? Does it even matter? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this one. Oh, I have a noisy tube somewhere. You can hear that. Listen to that. I wonder if that's in the 67 or not. Shouldn't be, but we'll be checking that out. All right. Thanks.